What's up guys, Tobias here and welcome to, as you can tell by the title, today we are going with a little vlog of my time in Madrid. Now if you follow me on Twitter, you may have known Calfreezy and myself have actually spent the weekend just gone over in Madrid thanks to the Foot Shop. If you are looking for Ultimate Team coins, then do check them out, they'll be in the description. They were actually kind enough to send us over to Real Madrid for a FIFA 15 launch event that was actually at the Santiago Bernabéu, Real Madrid Stadium. So yeah, it's not every single weekend you get to play FIFA 15 at the Real Madrid Stadium. So whilst I was there, I did so many things. I did a stadium tour, which I'm going to be showing you loads about in this video. And then after that, I actually went to my first La Liga match, which was absolutely incredible. So first of all then, I just want to tell you about the weekend pretty much. First of all, thank you ever so much to the Foot Shop for sending Cal and myself. It was extremely kind of them. They are absolutely awesome guys. And yeah, I just wanted to show my appreciation to them for being kind enough to send me out there for the weekend. So once we got there then, we actually went to the Real Madrid Stadium, the Santiago Bernabéu. If you don't know what it is, then that is the name. It was actually for a FIFA 15 launch event. Calfreezy and myself were entered into a tournament. And when I say we were playing FIFA 15 at the stadium, I genuinely mean you were playing FIFA, and behind the computer screen, which you were playing FIFA on, it was the whole stadium. It was absolutely incredible. So before the tournament did actually start, the organisation that were running the tournament did actually send us on the tour of the stadium. I've got so much footage of that, so whilst I'm talking, you are going to be seeing all the footage that I did capture whilst I was there. And I'd never been there before. I'd been outside the stadium before because I used to go to Madrid quite a lot when I was little. However, I had never stepped foot in into the Santiago Bernabéu stadium, and my god, it is incredible. It is by far, of all the stadiums I've been to in my life, the best. And I have been to the Nou Camp, and personally I thought the Santiago Bernabéu did actually top it. But no, they are two incredible stadiums. But as you can see, right at the top from where the tour did start, you go right to the top level of the stadium and you just look at it all, and it is absolutely, it's huge. It's absolutely humongous. One thing I did actually notice though, the pitch size wasn't actually as big as I thought it was. I've been to like stadiums such as like the Emirates and Old Trafford. I felt as if those stadiums did have bigger pitch sizes than the Santiago Bernabéu. So that was one thing that did surprise me. So once you had done that, then you did actually go like into like the little tour area well, it's inside the stadium but not viewing the pitch kind of thing. And the first thing you did see were all the trophies that Real Madrid have won over the years. And my god, I've been on the stadium tours before, and a lot of them, even Manchester United, the trophy like department at Old Trafford is nothing compared to the Santiago Bernabéu. And that is saying something, because the trophy room at Old Trafford is absolutely huge. So you guys must comprehend how big it is at the Real Madrid. Like their trophy section is absolutely unbelievable. And as you walk through, then there's like loads and loads of screens showing like highlights and best bits in like the last decade of Real Madrid's football. So a lot of the things at the minute on the screens, which you can see now, were in fact like the highlights of their Champions League win against Atletico Madrid. So that was all absolutely awesome. Next then, you did go into like a little bit and it shows like all the most recent kits they did have, and a lot of them were signed for like all the big stars that have been at Real Madrid throughout the years. Obviously there are a lot of them still there, a lot of them, some of them have left. For example, Di Maria, unfortunately, there was like literally no sign of Di Maria when you were there. There were like kits and badge names and things like that, and there was just no sign of Di Maria because he's no longer there, unfortunately. But anyway, yeah, then you go through and there's like this little bit where you see the progression of how the Real Madrid badge has actually changed over the years. And I actually didn't actually know that. There's like things like that I learned actually quite a lot about Real Madrid whilst I was there. There's like different badges of how they have changed over the years, and that was all really, really interesting. And next then you go into like a special room, and there's like loads and loads of cabinets with all the player kits in there. So there's like the first team on the left, and it had all their players, all the player kits, and with all their names on the back. And then on the right hand side there were like the substitutes and the reserves with all their player names on and stuff like that. And it was all really, really awesome. And then on the middle of those, so you've got that on the left, that on the right, and in the middle there's a ginormous screen, and it's got videos of like footballers. You can see here Benzema doing all sorts of kick-ups and stuff like that, and then around all the players there are actually like stats about what they've done in their careers during Real Madrid. So you can see there was one there of Benzema, and it showed some of the stats that he had managed, well, he is managing to do whilst he is still there. Then you go into this room and it is like completely different to all the other rooms. It is really, really dark. the back wall is a giant screen, and it's all like glitter and things like that. And in the middle of the room, it is the 10 Champions League titles that Real Madrid have won. And as you can see from this video, they are all in this glass cabinet, and slowly each one lights up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 until their most recent one, which they did win, as I mentioned earlier, against Atletico Madrid, and that is absolutely awesome. Then you come out of that and you go into the lower ground of the stadium. You're into like the lower level, like more kind of pitch side. So start the tour, you're right at the top of the stadium, and then when you come out of all the trophy room kits and players, things like that, you're at the lower ground, nearly kind of like pitch side. So you're getting closer and closer to the pitch, which is absolutely awesome. And then you go back inside the stadium, and now we are in the changing room of the stadium. You know, so you can see here in this little video I'm showing you who sits where, who sits next to who, and there's a couple of surprises in there. I didn't actually think some players would be sitting next to the players that they are, but you can see who they're sat next to. And one thing that really did surprise me, on the left-hand side, there's like the starting squad. You know, you've got like the likes of Ronaldo, Bale. They're all like sat together against one wall. And on the one thing that did really surprise me, actually, on the right-hand side of the changing room, there was like all the reserves, and stuck in the middle of the reserves was Modric. I don't know why that is, but it was one thing that did surprise me whilst I was in there. So that was the stadium tour complete. You then get to go into the dugout, and literally you get to go on the pitch. And my iPhone ran out of memory, so yeah, I didn't actually get to record any of that, which is absolutely. I was really pissed off because, you know, it's one thing I wanted to make like a little video whilst I was on the pitch, because it's not every day you get to make a video on the pitch of the Real Madrid stadium. But anyway, then we did actually go into the tournament that was being hosted by the Spanish organisation whilst we were there. I did actually win, considering I'm so shit at FIFA 15 at the minute. I'm still practicing. I actually won my first game in the tournament. I played a Spanish YouTuber whose name, unfortunately, I really do forget, so I do apologise. But I played a Spanish YouTuber, and he was really good at the game. You know, I felt as if I was on the back foot for the first 20 minutes, but then it was literally a dead even game. The game did end 2-2, and fortunately for me, I did manage to win the game 4-2 in extra time. However, because the tournament had been delayed until later on in the day, we did actually, Calfreezy and myself did actually have to leave the tournament, so we had to forfeit our place, because we had tickets to the Atletico Madrid game, my first ever La Liga game, and my God, it is by far one of the best football games I've ever been to. La Liga is absolutely insane. Literally, people don't sit down. There's huge flags just waving around, and everyone's just going mental, and it is literally nothing like I've ever seen before in the Premier League. So unfortunately, we were in the Atletico are at home, so like the majority of the stadium, there was a little section just for the away fans. They were playing Sevilla, for those interested. They did go 1-0 up via a deflected shot from Koke from where we were sat. It actually did look like he had curled it right into the top corner, and I thought it was like an absolutely insane goal. But then I did actually find out that it was actually a deflected shot. They then went 2-0 up via a it was a nice header actually. It was crossed to the back post and it was headed in. They then went 3-0 up via I'm trying to think what the third goal was. It was actually a penalty. They gave away a penalty in the 85th minute, so they did go 3-0 up, and then literally the last kick of the game, they did swing a ball into the box from a free kick just outside the box. No one got a head onto it. Someone crept into the back post and headed that in, and then that wrapped up the game for a 4-0 victory. So my first ever La Liga game I'd been to, 4-0 win for Atletico Madrid. It was an absolutely incredible game, and once again, a massive shout out to the Foot Shop for taking Cal and myself to have such an awesome weekend in Madrid. We went to Real Madrid Stadium, the Atletico Santiago Bernabéu, and then we did go to see Atletico Madrid, you know, the Spanish champions, playing at home, and they won 4-0. So it was an absolutely incredible weekend. And I did want to share with you all the footage that I did get, because I know some of you were asking me so many questions on Twitter about what the Real Madrid tour is like, because I know I'm extremely privileged that I'm actually been able to have done that. So yes, hope you have enjoyed this video. Anyway, I wanted to show you all the footage that I did get whilst I was there. If you have enjoyed it, then please do leave a like. I apologise, this is a bit of a long one, but I did want to show you everything that I did get whilst I was there. If you have enjoyed it, then please do leave a thumbs up. Massive thanks to the Foot Shop. Their link will be in the description. And until my next one, I'll be speaking to you guys later. Take care.